Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you are playing this pre-recorded session. This session is something that was done previously earlier this month, and if you have any questions at all about the class, then you can always email me at yoga.1 And just gently press your hands down onto the inside of your knees, just to bring a little bit of extra weight into them, and then start to lift yourself up. Nice and tall, crown of the head is reaching towards the ceiling. Good, now let's take a deep breath in through our nose, and a steady breath out. Take another deep breath in through the nose. And a nice long exhale. And one more deep breath in. And then let it go. Good, and if you haven't done so already, just close your eyes or just dip your head down towards the floor. Whatever you need to do to take yourself just a little bit more inwardly. See if you can just roll your shoulders back a little bit more. And then see if you can try and start breathing from the lower part of your body. So expanding your belly as you inhale, and then squeezing it back towards your spine as you exhale. So just concentrating on this particular area of our body as a way to help us breathe a little bit deeper. Feeling that belly expand into your hand. And also back towards your spine as you exhale. Good. Let's just roll the shoulders a little bit. Inhale to lift your arms up above your head. Good. We're going to twist ourselves out to the left-hand side, bringing our arms out. With a wall in the way like I do, you might have to cactus your arms. Good. Inhale to come back to center, and then exhale to take it over to the other side. Good. Let's come back to center. Reach those hands up nice and high, and then fold over your legs as far as you can. Bring your hands forwards. Try and claw them forwards. Let your head dip. Take a long breath in. Let the back part of your body expand. And then release. Good. Slowly start to roll up. Good. Just shake out your wrists and your fingers. Just turn your head gently from side to side. And then move yourself forwards onto all fours. Good. Now we're just going to slide our left leg back and press the heel back. Good. Now look forwards and press down nice and firmly into the mat. And then change your legs. So stretch out your right leg, press the heel back, look forwards, let your shoulders come back. Good, and then bring that knee back down. Let's do the same thing again on both sides. So you should feel your calf stretching and also your hamstrings. Swapping it over to the right, look forwards, breathe. Good, bring your knees back down. Good, we're going to stretch our left leg back, and then you're going to see if you can stretch your right leg back, which brings you into a plank. Good, now hold yourself nice and firm in your plank, so press the floor away. You can bring your knees to the floor at any time if you feel like you can't hold it any longer. Now go back to breathing from your stomach. Feeling it expand and contract. Good. Now when you're ready, let's lift ourselves up and back into downward facing dog. Good. And then let's just do some slow knee bending in our downward facing dog. So dipping the knees right down towards the floor, lifting ourselves high onto our toes. Good. Now we're going to start to draw forwards, look forwards, and then lift ourselves back into downward facing dog. Good. Again, bend deeply into those knees and lift. Good. Again, we're going to pull forwards into that plank. Look forwards, press the floor away, keep the thighs lifted. Good. Let's take it back into downward facing dog. Good. Now we're just going to move between the two fluidly. Okay, so moving forwards into a plank, back into downward facing dog. So you can really feel where your shoulders move here. Trying to keep your legs as strong as possible. Good. Now when you're ready, we're going to stay back in downward facing dog. Good. Keep pressing your hands firmly into the mat. Lift your hips up nice and high. Good. Keep your head level with your arms. And then nice and slowly bring your knees to the floor and take a child's pose. Good. Just gently turn your head to the left. And then turn it to the right. And then bring it back to center. Good. Let's pull ourselves all the way up onto all fours. Tuck both toes, sets of toes. And then inhale, let's take the left leg back and up. Good. So press your heel back so you can strengthen your leg. Good. Now see if you can come nice and high onto your fingertips. It's going to lift our body up a little bit higher. Good. When you're ready, let's curl this leg underneath and see if you can step it up in between your hands. Good. Just adjust your feet if you haven't quite got it in between your hands. Good. Now when you're ready, inhale, let's lift up into a low lunge. Good. And then we're going to twist our arms out to the left-hand side. So we turn to the left. Good. Now try and hug this left knee in towards your body. Good. Let's go back to center and then fold over that front knee. Good. Again, inhale, lift into a low lunge. Twist out. And then come back to center. Fold over the knee. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. Twist. Lift. And fold. Good. We're going to lift the back knee away from the mat. So we come into a runner's lunge. So again, come high onto your fingertips here if you can. Lift your back thigh as much as you can. And then we're going to step all the way to the top of the mat. So you end up folding over your feet. Good. Now let's bend our knees nice and deeply. Press the floor away and come all the way up to stand. Now get a little light-headed, so just take a deep breath. And as you exhale, fold yourself back down towards the floor. Good. Bend your knees as deeply as you can so that you can get your hands flat down onto the floor. Step your right leg back, your left leg back. Good. Bring your knees to the mat. Now pull yourself forwards over your fingertips. Open your chest by rolling your shoulders back. And then bending the elbows, lower yourself down through a chaturanga and up into a cobra. Good. Squeeze your knees. Squeeze your bum. And then flick yourself back up onto all fours. Good. Inhale. We're going to take the right leg back. Again, press that heel back to strengthen the leg. Toes point down. Good. When you're ready, come high onto your fingertips to lift yourself a little higher. Curl the leg underneath you and step the foot in between your hands. Again, just adjusting your foot if you haven't managed to quite get to it. Good. When you're ready, inhale, lift, low lunge, exhale, Arms come out and we turn to the right. Squeeze that right knee in. Good, come back to center. Fold over that front foot. Good, again, strong inhale as you lift up. Low lunge. Exhale to twist out to the right. Back to center. Fold. Last time, inhale, lift. Twist out. Breathe. Come back to center. Fold. Good, let's lift the back knee again away from the floor. So we come into this runner's lunge. Keep that back left thigh nice and high as you then step yourself up to the top of your mat. Good, again, bend your knees and then lift up. Press the feet into the floor to reach your hands as high as you can. Good, let's bring our hands down into a prayer. Keep the movement going so you end up following your hands into a fold over your legs. Good, just take hold of either elbow and gently rock yourself from side to side. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Good, now we're going to bring our hands back down towards the floor and we're going to keep ourselves high on our finger pads. Good, take a nice strong bend into your knees and then we're going to reach our right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Good, keep that right leg nice and strong. Press into the left foot just a little bit more and then step that foot right back up to meet the left. Again, fingertips come down. Stretch that right leg back. Good, and then step it all the way up. Good, one more time, stretching it all the way back. Now stay here. We're going to plant our right hand into the floor and then turn and twist, lifting our left arm up, looking to the left-hand side. Good, now strengthen your right leg, lift it up as high as you can, come high onto the toes. Good, we're going to cycle this left hand down towards the floor as we step all the way back up to the top of the mat. Good, again, bend your knees, press your feet into the floor and lift. Reach yourself as high as you can before hands coming into a prayer. Slowly come past your face. Follow your hands down towards the floor, bringing your fingertips back down at the top of the mat. Good, when you're ready, let's step our left leg back. Good, press into the right foot and then lift it all the way back up. Good, again, lift it all the way back and then all the way back up. Good, last time, take it all the way back. Stay there. Lift that left thigh up, plant your left hand into the floor and then lift your right arm up. Hold it there, breathe. Good, when you're ready, we're going to bring that right hand back down towards the floor. We're going to step our left foot all the way up. So again, we're folding over our legs. Good, bend your knees, press the floor away, come all the way up to standing. Reach your hands up nice and high. And then just bring your hands down by your side. Good, so you find yourself in a mountain pose. So nice and easily, just take a breath in through your nose and then sigh it out. Good, long breath in and sigh it out. Good. Make your way to the back of the top of the mat if you haven't already got yourself there. And then inhale, lift your arms. This time we are going to swing our arms behind us and then fold over our legs. Good, reach those hands towards the ceiling as you're reaching your chest towards the floor. You can bend your knees deeply here if you wish. Good, now let's let those hands come down towards the floor. So we're going to step our right leg right to the back of the mat, then step our left leg right to the back of the mat. Good, holding ourselves into a plank. So pressing the floor away, lifting from the hips. Good. Option to bring your knees to the floor if you wish, or keep them raised for something a little more challenging. When you're ready, inhale, look forwards and pull forwards. Bend your elbows and come down as you exhale, and then pull yourself up into a cobra. Good, squeeze your bum, squeeze your heels. Relax your shoulders. Good. And then take yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Good, now when you're ready, inhale, we're going to pull forwards into a plank and we're going to bring our left knee with us underneath our chest. As you exhale, press back into a downward facing dog and lift your left leg up into a three-leg dog. Good, then inhale again to come forwards into a three-leg plank and then lower yourself through chaturanga, cobra, downward facing dog. Good, we're going to do these movements a few times on each side. So again, when you're ready, inhale, pull forwards into a plank, bring your right knee with you. Exhale, take it all the way up and back, three-leg dog. Inhale, forwards into a three-leg plank, and then lower yourself through chaturanga and cobra. Good, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe, long breath in, sigh it out. Long breath in, sigh it out. Long breath in, sigh it out. Good, bring your knees to the floor, untuck your toes and take a child's pose. Again, turn your head to the left, turn your head to the right, and then back to center. Good, press your hands down nice and firmly. Pull yourself up, all fours. Good, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Good, long breath in. Steady breath out. We're going to do that sequence again of pulling forwards into plank and taking those three-leg dogs. So when you're ready, inhale, left knee comes forwards with you into your plank. Exhale, take it all the way up and back, three-leg dog. Inhale, come forwards into a three-leg plank. Lower yourself through chaturanga. Curl yourself back through cobra. And then tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Good. Again, inhale, right knee comes forward with you. Exhale, take it back into a three-leg dog. Inhale, come forwards into a three-leg plank. Lower yourself through chaturanga and cobra. And then take downward facing dog. Good. Long breath. Steady inhale. Steady exhale. Steady inhale. Steady exhale. Last one. Long inhale. And steady exhale. Good, bring your knees to the floor, untuck your toes, and slide yourself back into a child's pose. And breathe. Just gather your breath. And when you're ready, pull yourself up, back onto all fours. Bring your hands a little bit further forwards, tuck your toes, and then lift yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Good. Let's take the hands a little bit wider. Now you have an option here, either to run yourself to the top of the mat, or to hop yourself to the back of the mat, or to fly from the back of the mat, all the way up to the top. So decide which one you want to do. Get yourself to the top of the mat, and then roll the body up. Good. As your head comes up, lift your arms. Shift your shoulders back to open your chest. Good. And then bring your hands down by your side. Good. Close your eyes and breathe. We're just taking those nice deep breaths in, just to calm your body. Good, then when you're ready, nice and slowly lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Stretch your body, and then bring your hands down onto your waist. Good, we're going to lift our left knee up. We're going to flex the toes on our left leg to try and stabilize ourselves. Good, now tilt forwards and step that foot as far back as you can. Good, now swoop the arms up, coming into a high lunge. Bend deeply into that front knee. Good, now see if you can shift your torso back and reach it up towards the ceiling. Good, let's press a little more weight into the front foot and then lift yourself back to the top of the mat. Good, bring your hands again down towards your waist, lifting your right leg up, flexing the toes, keeping ourselves nice and stable. Good, just begin to tilt forwards and then step the foot as far towards the back of the mat as you can. Again, inhale, swoop the arms and lift. Take the rib cage back, tilt more towards the ceiling and bend into that front knee. Good, bring your hands down onto your waist and step yourself to the top of the mat. Good, breathe. Steady breaths in. Steady breaths out. Good, we're going to move into a balanced pose. So making sure you're finding yourself into a nice space on your mat. And keeping your legs about hip distance apart. Good, now spread your toes as much as you can and press them down into the floor. Good, so your legs should be feeling nice and stable. Good, now what we're going to do is we're going to lean over to our left leg. Okay, and our right leg is going to naturally start to lift at the heel away from the floor. Now we're going to bring our right hand onto our right hip. And then we're slowly keeping this leg as straight as possible, the right leg as straight as possible. We are going to lift it to the side. And we are going to tilt our body in alignment with it. And we're going to run our hand down our leg. Good. Now we just want to try and stay as stable as possible, finding something in the room that doesn't move and focus on it. Keeping both legs nice and strong, breathe. If you come out of the pose, just get yourself back into it nice and slowly. Good, then when you're ready, slowly start to bring yourself back to center. Reach both hands towards the ceiling and then shake out your standing leg. Good, reach yourself nice and long, stretching your spine. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So bringing your right hand onto the side of your thigh, left hand onto your hip. Start to take the weight over to one side. And then keeping that left leg nice and long, pressing the heel away from you. Slowly start to tilt to one side. Again, try to remember to breathe. Ignoring what's going on in your standing leg. Instead, try to focus on your breath. Seeing if you can lift your left leg a little higher. Good, slowly start to bring this leg back down with control and then shake out that standing leg. Good, well done everyone. I assume, if I can even see you. Good, when you're ready, inhale, we're going to lift our arms. We're going to step our legs a little wider, so about twice hip distance apart. Good, turn your toes so they're slightly pointing inwardly. And then we're going to bring our hands down from a prayer into a deep squat. Good, now stick your bum back. See if you can lift your chest. Breathe. And bring your hands down towards the floor. And then just slowly heel toe your feet back in towards one another. Good. If you're not already there, make your way back towards the top of your mat. Let your head be nice and loose. Breathe. Just let the whole of the top part of your body hang over your legs. Let gravity do its job of pulling down onto your back muscles. Good, then nice and slowly bring your hands down onto the floor. We're going to stretch our right leg all the way to the back of the mat. And then we're going to lower the back knee down. Good, now slowly begin to walk your hands back towards you so that you can straighten this front leg. You may need to bring one hand onto your thigh to stabilize. Good, lift the toes on the left foot and press the heel down. Good, and then just hold it there. Breathe. If you're finding that this is not too difficult, then you may just want to start bringing your chest further over that front straight leg until you can feel a stretch running up the back and side of this left leg. Breathe. Good, nice and slowly start to re-bend into that right leg, left leg. Good. And then let your hips dip down and look forwards. Again, breathe. Good. Shift your hips back slightly, lift the back knee away from the mat, and then see if you can step it all the way up to the top of the mat. Good, so let's slowly roll our body up, coming back into that mountain pose, before then folding again, back down towards the floor. Good, let's take our left leg all the way to the back of the mat and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So gently lower your left knee down. Start to walk your hands back towards you. Bring one hand to the top of your thigh if you need to, if you can't reach the floor. Good, curl the toes away from the floor and press your heel down. Again, just holding it here. Or if you want to start bringing your chest further over your legs, then go for it. Breathe. Feel that stretch. Good, and then nice and slowly, start to re-bend into that front knee. Bring the hips a little bit further forwards with you. Sink in, look forwards. Helps if you come high onto your fingertips here. and then slowly lift your back knee. This time we're going to step our right foot back with the left into a plank. Option to bring your knees to the floor here if you wish, as we take ourselves through our last chaturanga and our last cobra, before lying ourselves down onto our fronts. Good, with our hands either side of us. Good, now let's start with taking our right hand out towards the side. So straight out to the right. If you've got a wall in the way like me, you can always cactus your arms with your right arm so you can fit it in. Left hand comes high onto the fingertips, and then also the elbow points towards the ceiling. Good, now bring your head so that you're looking at the floor. We're going to bend our left leg, and then we're going to roll ourselves onto our right hip. And if you're able to, bring your left foot down behind your right leg. If you're not, then just leave it lifted. And so you should just be feeling a pull across your pectoral muscles, your chest muscles. And holding it here, breathing. Good, then nice and slowly, let's roll ourselves back onto our front. We're going to swap over our arms. So our left arm is going to come out to the side, palm facing down. Our fingertips are going to be on the right arm, right hand. Bend the right leg, and then slowly roll yourself over onto your left hip. And if you're able to, bring your right foot behind you. Breathe. Steady breaths in, steady breaths out. Good, nice and slowly, let's roll ourselves back onto our front. We're going to draw our hands in towards us so they're roughly in line with our head. Elbows tucked into the side. Tops of the feet are pressing down into the floor. And then we're going to press our forearms in and come up into a Sphinx pose. Breathe. Again, see if you can breathe right down from the base of your torso, where your belly is. Good, and then gently roll yourself back down. Press yourself back and up. And back again into a child's pose. Let your head become loose. Good, and then gently roll yourself up so that you're sitting on your heels. Good, just shift yourself over onto one side and swing your legs around. Now we're going to take our feet so that the soles of the feet are pressing in towards each other. And then I want you to draw your feet as close towards your body as you can. Good. Now see if you can lift your chest and sit up as straight as possible. Good. And when you're ready, If you're able to bring your elbows onto the inside of your knees and use them as a way to press down, to open up your hips, then just gently do it. If that's not possible, you can bring your hands onto the insides and gently press down. Or if you don't need to press down because gravity is doing enough of the work for you, then just take hold of your feet and gently pull them down. So you should be feeling your inner thighs stretching here. And I want you to try and breathe through it. So every time you inhale, strengthen the muscles around your pelvis. And as you exhale, release them and relax them. Good, another deep inhale. And release the tension. Good, then when you're ready, we're just going to help our knees up. Give ourselves a squeeze by wrapping our arms around our legs. Good, then start to press your right leg forwards, keeping the toes nice and active and keeping the left leg tucked up right by your chest. There's an option here to just pop your left foot over the top of the right leg if you feel like you want to take the stretch a little deeper. Otherwise, you're welcome to keep this leg here. Good, so our toes are active on the extended leg. We may or may not have the other foot over the other side of the leg. Either way, we are going to wrap our right arm around our bent knee. We're going to take our other hand behind us, press down to lift ourselves up, and then we're going to try and twist our chest around to the left-hand side. Breathe. Good. Slowly bring yourself back. And then just swap over your legs. Remember to keep your toes active on the extended leg. Again, you can pop this leg over if you want to, as you begin to wrap your left arm around and take your right hand behind you. Now press down with your right hand so you're lifting your chest up. Good, take a long breath in. And then exhale, start to twist round to the right hand side. Good, come back to center. Bring both feet forwards along your mat. Try and sit up as straight as you can. Breathe. Good, take a long breath in, lift your chest. And as you exhale, engage your core muscles, your abs, your chest. Slowly begin to roll back. And see how slowly and controlled you can do this. Good, and then once you come fully down onto the floor, just release all of your muscles. And just allow yourself to lie down on the mat without using any energy. Good, and then nice and slowly we're going to draw our knees in towards our chest. Take hold of your legs with your hands and gently just rock yourself from side to side, massaging your lower back, both up and down and side to side. Good, we're going to draw the right knee a little closer towards our body and take that knee with both hands. And with the left leg, feel like it's floating its way up towards the ceiling. And then once it gets as straight as you're happy with, now press the heel towards the ceiling and stretch it out. Good. Slowly start to draw that leg back in. And then lift the other leg up. Again, once you get to the highest point that you think your legs are able to get to, then press your heel up a little higher. Before gently bringing both knees again in towards your chest. Roll yourself in circles around your spine, middle part of your body, lower part of your body. Good, and then just bring your feet down towards the floor. Feet as close to your bum as you can get them. Feet are hip distance apart. Good, bring your knees to touch. Let's reach our right arm behind our head and bring our left hand onto our belly. Good, now slowly start to take your knees over to the left hand side. And you should feel a stretch running up the right side of your torso. So breathe into it. And then nice and slowly draw those knees back up. Swap over your hands, so bring your right hand onto your belly and reach your left hand all the way back, stretch it long. Good, take another long breath in, fill your belly. And as you exhale, take your knees over to the right hand side. Breathe. Slowly bring these knees back up. And then start to stretch your legs forwards. Bring your hands down by your side. Take a long breath in. Hold the breath at the top. Count to 5. And then release. Just start to breathe more automatically and less deliberately. Relax your jaw. And let your eyes sink back towards the floor. Feel like you might be floating in space. Nice and slowly start to wiggle your toes and your fingers and bring life back into your muscles. Take a deeper breath in through your nose. And then let it go. As you next inhale, draw your knees in towards your chest. And slowly roll yourself over to either the right or the left hand side. Gently pressing yourself up back into that seated position that you were in at the beginning of the session. And your shoulders feel heavy whilst reaching the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Take a long breath in. And then let it go. And then flutter your eyelids open. Thank you for joining today for an energetic Get Up and Move Friday. I hope you have a really good weekend with whatever it is that you're able to do wherever you are. But to all of us who have practiced together and to anyone else that you are going to be interacting with today, we can bow and say, Namaste. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.